10th generation, Maharaja Sultan Pal. In accordance with his royal dynasty and in the footsteps of his respected father, Maharaja Sultan Pal also proved to be an efficient administrator and protector of his people. He regarded the happiness and sorrow or pleasure and pain of his subjects as his own. There was a reign of prosperity as soon as he took over the reins of his kingdom. As the king, so are his people, proved exactly true in his case. The people of his kingdom were soon many times more industrious, just, kind, and devoted to God than even their king. Maharaja Sultan Pal very soon became famous far and wide as an admirer of the saints and sages, helper of the handicapped, helpless, and orphans, and always ready to assist the poor, the sufferer, and the backward. One day, a great sage arrived at his palace gate in order to test his charities and devotion to duty. The Maharaja offered most respectful pranam, salutations, to the sage and conducted him with greatest humility to the palace. He seated him on a magnificent throne and himself sat at his feet in humble obedience. It was the time for dinner. Maharaja Sultan Pal ordered his servants to bring food in a cold plate before the Maharshi. But the Maharshi refused to have food and spoke in a dry tone. "O king, I have not come to have food from you. I do not need your food, clothes, cows, charity or dakshina, cash homage. I want money, some gold coins. That also not an open donation but a secret endowment about which no third person except myself and you should know. Otherwise, this donation will turn into a sinful deal and destroy all your name and fame." "Excuse me, Maharshi," Maharaja Sultan Pal hesitatingly protested. "I do not have an absolute ownership on the treasury of my kingdom. The money, coins and jewels, etc. therein cannot be given away in charity by me alone, unless all my officers of the administration and representatives of my subjects permit. I cannot give charity. I cannot give charity, endowment or donation from this treasury because the entire people have a right over it." "Are you not the king?" the Maharshi asked, struck with wonder. "O master, no doubt I am the king, but I am only a judge in the form of the king. It is my duty to see that no injustice or oppression is being inflicted upon anybody. Is there anyone dying in hunger? It is my dharma, duty to maintain peace and order." "O king," said the sage in anger, "you want to put me off by swearing by these high principles. I have understood that all your bhakti, devotion and your atithi satkar, serving an unscheduled guest, etc. are a part of your hypocrisy, illusion and pretensions." No, Maharaj, that is not true." "Then what is the truth?" "The truth is something you cannot believe. O Maharshi, I will donate you the money, but not from the state treasury, but from the sweat of my brow. If you can wait patiently, give me a lease of 4 days, all right. I will present myself exactly after 5 days. Saying so, Maharshi left the palace. On the 5th day, according to the agreement, the Maharshi arrived before King Sultan Pal. The king gave him the money as promised. The Maharshi accepted the gift, but he felt a strong curiosity to know how the king had earned that much money. He gave a call of conch at the palace next day at midnight and expressed the desire to see the Maharaja immediately. The gatekeeper hesitated a bit, but how could he stop him? because the king had ordered that everybody was free to see him at whatever time he liked. But the Maharshi, as soon as he entered the Maharaja's personal apartment with the guard, was absolutely astounded to see the scene inside, utterly speechless, spellbound. What he saw was the Maharaja Sultan Pal was sitting in front of a red hot oven and was making a spinner by heating a red hot nail with hammer. His wife Maharani Dharmesh was pulling a chain to work a leather blower to raise the fire so that iron pieces were heated to redness and came before the king. In the front were heaped several dozens of spinners. The hair of Maharaja Sultan Pal was badly shriveled. The body was bathed in sweat. The arms were blackened with soot up to the elbows. When the king saw a sage standing before him, he extinguished one lantern, at once lighted another big kerosene one. With his stained clothes, he wiped off the sweat of his brow and sat down. With great affinity in his voice, he asked, "Maharaj, please tell what service can I render to you?" Maharshi said, "O king, 3 cheers for your duty performance. Blessed is your hard toil and blessed your fame. These will persist so long as this earth and sky exist. But my son, let me know who is this fortunate trader who buys the spinner made by you." The king said, "Maharaj, these spinners do not sell at my residence. My son Gyanshil goes to sell them in the city to those who need them. I earn the money through his transactions. I would have introduced my son Gyanshil to you, but the child, being dead tired in helping me, has just fallen asleep. O king, blessed is your sincerity for duty. The greatness of noble persons manifests itself in their virtuous deeds. See, O king, King Sagar also spent his whole life in austerity. King Ashwan's entire life also was a saga of austerity. King Asmanjas also sacrificed his life in hard tapasya. Raja Dilip's whole life too was spent as a period of all sorts of untold sacrifices. All these noble souls earned great power through tapasya, spiritual self-mortification, and won the fame for its accumulation. Maharaja Bhagirath was successful in his firm determination to bring Ganga on the earth from heaven. He had to make that Bhagirath effort, Herculean effort, because by the curse of Kapil Muni, the 60,000 sons of King Sagar were burned to ashes. For their salvation, Bhagirath underwent a long and mortifying tapasya, and thereby he pleased Bhagwan Shiv, Lord Shiv, with the help of his boon. Maharaja Bhagirath earned the unique, praiseworthy success of being able to bring down Ganga from heaven to earth. While this conversation was going on between the Maharshi and Maharaj Sultan Pal, all of a sudden the commander-in-chief of the kingdom had to come to see the king for some urgent consultations. As soon as the commander entered the hall, the king extinguished the burning lamp and lighted the other one. When the Maharshi asked the significance of this step, King Sultan Pal told him that whenever he did some personal work during the night, he used his personal lamp and burnt his personal oil, whereas if he was doing public work, he burnt the government lamp and extinguished the personal one. O Maharshi, the truth is that I have so long maintained it myself and my family, only be earning from the sweat of my brow. Even the clothes we put on are from our own personal earnings. Maharshi was wonderstruck to see the honesty of labor of King Sultan Pal. He blessed him heartily and affectionately and took leave from the palace. After a long rule, King Sultan Pal became weary and his mind turned towards Vairagya, renunciation. He found an auspicious date and then had his son Gyanshil crowned as the king of the country with capital Bhojkar Daraval. He himself put on saffron clothes and wended his way to the forest for a life of spiritual austerity. He never returned after that. After taking shelter under the guidance of Gurudev, a person becomes entitled to be a Shishya, disciple, by the permission of Gurudev. The Guru, after changing the original sanskar rites, gives a new name to the Shishya. Just as the dead body is laid on the ground, he is also laid down in the same way, with only loincloths around. Gurudev unfolds to him the secrets of yoga. On this occasion, the Gurudev invites many other sages and saints and arranges for a bhandara, public feast. There, in an assembly of the saints, Gurudev raises the hand of his disciple and declares that henceforth he would be his recognized Shishya.